Yeah, I'm done. I think I'm done, people. I think that this movie was was finally the straw that broke the camel's back as far as me being optimistic with this type of subgenre, man. This is the one. This did it, and I should have known better, man. Because when I did my trailer reaction for this, it kind of turned into a bit of a rant, and I had to cool the fuck off during and after. But I gave it a chance. I did. And after watching this, man, I'm truly done until the Tudor Reviews podcast gets to a point where there is popular demand for these types of films. Then I'm not doing any of them. No more religiously driven horror movies, man. I'm done with the Omen shit. I'm done with the Exorcist shit. I'm done with the Pope's Exorcist. All of this shit that has to do with the church and the nuns and the priests and the cathedral and the Colosseum. All of that shit. I'm done. I'm done. This is the fact that there is such a wide range of people that just adore this shit is baffling to me, man. But it's like I always say, I can't be hypocritical. I always say, how boring would the world be if everybody liked the same shit? But on the flip side of that, I'm glad that y'all love this shit. The people that do, man, I'm glad that people are really in the theater, like scared and just jumpy about this shit, and just so amazed that they have to just run back and just give these movies just the ultimate praise, man. I love that y'all love it. Um, horror fans unite, man. But this is where I draw the line in the motherfucking sand. I can't do this shit no more, man. I cannot. I will give this movie a 1 out of 10. The only thing that's giving it a 1 is that opening. I can't remember if it was before or after the opening credits or the title card, whatever. But Charles Dance, that's another reason I won't even give this any. Like, y'all had Charles Dance, who is older than Earth itself, man, but still in these genre films, man, still popping up for little bit roles here and there, man. Charles Dance, I don't give a fuck if it's a spoiler or not, man. There's a scene that's almost very, and if you're familiar with the first Omen and even the remake, it kind of has this Final Destination thing going on where these accidents just happen. And there's a moment where Charles Dance and the other priest, they're talking outside, and this glass sheet just shatters, this window or something, it shatters, and it's so dramatically done, man, that the shards of glass are falling in slow motion for probably like 25 minutes, and they're both just looking up, and I feel like they're both just looking up like, yep, it's finally happening. Any day now, this fucking glass is going to come down and kill it. You got a lot of time to think about life decisions while that glass is coming down, but all the shit comes down. They're both unscathed, but you see Charles Dance kind of like flinch really quickly, but he looks at the other priest, and the other priest is like, Father, are you all right? And Charles Dance is like, yeah, I'm fine. And he walks off, and I'm like, oh shit, he survived. But I'm thinking, like, is his head gonna fall off? Like, what happened? But you see the other priest in the background, like, do the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and then he's like, Father, and then Charles Dance turns around and it's a big ass chunk of his skull missing. That was really well done, man. That is definitely something in Final Destination fashion. But after that, this movie crashes and burns, man. I you know it's it, I did smile. I like that opening sequence, but I did smile at the whole Gregory Peck tie-in with his wife. They have a picture of Gregory Peck at the end, and this is the ambassador that the new parents that you're going to give the baby to, and they show just how Damien gets in the clutches of that family. And I guess after, if you're a fan of this one, if you want to go watch the original Omen movie with Gregory Peck, and I can't remember the other actors or actresses' names in there, then yeah, that might be a nice thing to do just to make it like a full circle moment if you're a fan of the original. I don't know. I've never seen the Omen sequels. I've only seen the first one and the remake. So I don't know, if this has any callbacks to the Omen 2, 3, or even a fourth one for that matter. There's a fourth one with a girl in there. But this shit's a dud for me, man. This is, I wanted to be wrong. I really did, man. This is just a bunch of the same run of the mill shit for me, man. I know I sound like a broken record, and I know it's people probably out there that are going to, ironically enough, think I'm talking blasphemy about a religiously driven horror movie, but I just don't give a shit anymore, man. I'm done. I am done. I don't care anything for these movies anymore. I feel like I will watch another um, I feel like I watch another Conjuring movie to be honest before I watch this shit, and I don't feel like the Conjuring is that religiously driven, man. It's just that this kind of falls in line with those types of movies, even though it's not really jump scare heavy with the ooga booga shit. But I, I can bear The Conjuring or Insidious over something like this, man. This is unnecessary. This is like, I feel like I can give The Exorcist Believer a lot more credit than I can give this, man, because they at least tried to do minor things that were different than this movie did. This is just the same old shit. It is, man, and the audacity of y'all to just, to just to have Charles Dance and Bill Nighy, who's a villain in every fucking movie he's in, to have them in the same movie and just not utilize the two actors the way that y'all could have is just, again, more blasphemy, man. I can't do this shit no more, people. I have finally, I've hit rock bottom as far as my tolerance with these movies. It is a 1 out of 10. This is your bag. I say go check it out. If you're a fan of the series and you're looking for something that maybe tops part 2, 3, 4, and if you didn't like the remake, something that tops that, yeah, who am I to say don't go see this? But ain't for me.